I decided to record my Jad Slayer task. And this is my setup. I'm playing as a hardcore Iron Man, even though it's not really it's a safe death if you die in the fight caves as a hardcore regular like a regular hardcore, because if you play group hardcore you lose your status, or at least alive or whatever. But anyway, this is the gear I have. I've mostly been doing skilling on this account. And I will attempt to do 2 of the combat achievements, which is not getting hit by the bat and then not letting the big melee healers to heal anything. So my setup, this is the main setup for the waves, and when I'm struck in combat, where I'm getting attacked by the ranger and perhaps the melee, and I need to run away with magic prey, I have some barrows pieces to give me some extra ranged defense, because it helps. It's very few waves that actually need to do that, but anyway, I bring it just in case. Otherwise, this is the gear I use, broad bolts. You don't really need more. I know my gear is trash, and I don't really have more items that give me prayer bonus without sacrificing range, accuracy, and damage. But the big part is the Slayer Helm, because that is imbued, so 50% range, accuracy, and damage. And then I also have a trident. You might wonder, why do I have a trident? Well, that is because it gives magic attack bonus, and I am using blood spells for healing, and sometimes, very rarely, maybe a couple of waves, I need to freeze the melee just for not getting hit, basically. So it's just a nice utility. And for the Jad, I use diamond bolts. Nothing too fancy. It's very easy. So before I go in, I drink a range potion, and then I grab my brew. And that's pretty much it, and I zoom out a little bit. So this is all you need. And I am playing with sounds. I might lower them because they might be a little bit too high. But for fight caves, it's nice to have sounds so you know when you're getting attacked or not. So these bats are pretty much the ones you don't want to get attacked by for this combat achievement. So you need to do some running. And even though they are like dying, they still have a few ticks before they disappear. Previously, I did brew up and repot whenever the ranger spawns, but I don't think I need to do that since I have better DPS, as well as I drank a range pot before I entered. And I don't really like the red color of this place. It's like, yeah, it sucks, but anyway, who gives a shit? Let's kill this shit. Yeah, I fucked up that combat achievement, but yeah, who gives a shit anyway? I can do that another time. I wasn't really focused, I just ran into it, but... I tend to save the prayer potions for the major. I usually don't really need that many anyway. The first time I did it on this account, I used 6 prayer potions and I think 2 super restore. Maybe a little bit loud. Or maybe not. I need to increase it actually. Or not. Even though if I would get damaged by these, I could just perhaps save... like if I only get damaged like half my health, it doesn't really matter, because I can just wait until the melee spawns and I can use blood blitz on them. So that means I can use focus the DPS on these and use as much, and not use any prayer at all. And I like private off and plan off. You can see I got hit there, so you could heal if you want, but I'm not really going to do that yet. I like healing off these small ones if it just few health like this. I got hit a little bit more, but it's fine, you can just do this. And you get health back, no problem. I mean, you could pray afflict them. Oops. If you want, but I don't really bother doing that right now. I probably pray flick whenever I have the major. Like if you have the melee and ranger. Oops, that was not really a pray flick. Yeah, that sucked. Anyway, mistakes happen. Might be a little bit expensive to use blood spells, but that's just how I do it. And the yellow tile I marked here is basically where I stand whenever I get, like when I need to save spot. Like save spotting, you can see right now, I'm not really getting hit. And when you have the ranger on you and even these small melee ones, when you tend to get hit more, that's basically when you need to repot, because usually you get hit more when your stats are lowered, which is quite obvious. Now I tend to use the prey from range because you're fighting two rangers. And then you can drop it. And prey flick. It's not really more difficult than that. And the melee is gonna spawn right there. So you can just do it like this, and if it hits you, then you can use prey flick. And obviously, if you have good stats, like 99s, blowpipe, T-bow, whatever, you can just face tank everything and just smash it all real easy. And in that case, you don't really need to save spot anything, you can just face tank it, like I said. And I tend to just wait for this guy to come over here. Axel. Sometimes that big motherfucker is gonna spawn over here, so you just need to be careful. Like, you saw that one spawn there, so that's fine. But if he spawns right there, you just move over here, try melee for one hit, and then move into position. And don't forget when the major spawns that you need to protect from mage, because that one is very accurate and he can hit 50s or something. I'm not too sure. And that's just a necessary way to lose your slay task. And I failed that combat achievement as well, because he's not supposed to heal. Anyway. Yeah, I probably didn't really care that much to make it perfect. I just want to complete the Slayer task, and that's pretty much it. And I don't really mind doing fight caves later on more as well for all the combat achievements. I think it's quite fun to do. I think on my main... I was maxed, so it was pretty easy, but I don't know, I have like 50 capes or something. Usually you don't really want to get hit by these bats, because they drain your prayer 1 prey point per hit. But when you don't really give a shit, it's fine. But if you were extremely low level and prayer is important, then you need to play a little bit smarter. Like this. I could pot up, I'm only boosted by 4 levels. But I'm saving that for whenever the double ranger comes. Or actually for the major, because you can pray for the rangers, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, never mind, I worded it wrong. Whenever you get 1 melee, the big motherfucker, and 1 ranger, that's when you want to start to repot. Which is the wave after this one. And if you're not at the safe spot, what you could do to safe spot that one is do something like this. Just to make sure. Yeah. And then you can stand like this. Because what I notice is that the melee is very resistant to magic. Like, I can show you this. And I splashed. He is quite resistant to it, so... So now the ranger should spawn. And if they spawn bad like that, you don't really want to stand and waste prayer. So I tend to just do this. And that's all you need to do. And you don't need to pray anymore, because you can just heal off the melee. Because prayer is really important in here. Let's see if I can hit. It's going to be really difficult, so I might save it for the smaller ones. Yeah, this is completely unnecessary. Doesn't really work that well. And I can't really unequip any gear, because I have no inventory space. I haven't used any supplies yet. I start to use them whenever I really need it, otherwise I just don't bother. But if you have blowpike, etc., and you have like really good gear, then you can just do whatever. You have the same scenario, so just do it like this. That was unnecessary, so I am going to do this. If it works. That's a little trick you can do. It costs a few prayer points. And of course you can prayer flick, but sometimes you don't really bother. Unless you wanna take the fire, like this entire fight cave, like as a prayer flick practice, which is quite nice. This is perfect. And I'm probably going to miss. Maybe I should pot up, because this is getting a little bit unnecessary, but I'm gonna pot up whenever I have full health. And of course I could use this gear, but I probably don't really need it. This is also a trick you can do. Right now I'm gonna use prayer instead of face tanking it, because my stats are lowered. Or not boosted at all. And now you can just do this. My mage level is shit. And of course use this as a safe spot. And I think that it's time to pot up. Gives me a little bit more defense against like the regular defense and range defense. Yeah, that was shit. That's good. That's actually good. That means I don't really need to pray much, I just need to kill these in like this is where it starts to slow down a little bit. As well as when the major comes, it starts to slow down even more. But of course, if you have blowpipe and you're a slay task like I am, doesn't really matter. Let's see. That's what you wanna see, a quick kill on those. The only reason why I bring Karam ones, I'm most likely not going to use them, but if you happen to have some bad luck and you make a misclick, you might need some food, because that's literally the only healing I have is the brews, but I don't want to use them for healing, and 3 Karam ones. Otherwise I used to have prayer potions. That's shit. Just do that. Didn't even attack me. And probably the ranger is there. Yeah. No, it isn't. So I have to do it this way. It would be really nice if you had like Blessed Hide and perhaps Blessed Hide boots because of the prey bonus. And of course a better ring. This is literally the only ring I have except Ring of Life. I'm gonna heal off the second one and the small one, or never mind. I think it's soon time for the major. I believe it's 32. So I should have double ranger now. And the melee is right there. It's annoying, so I can just do it like this. Use some prayer instead. The melee is gonna attack me, so I just need to do this. Still haven't really touched my prayer potions. The only thing I used for defense and offensive aspects is the brew and the raining pot. And of course I used some prayer points and restore that with super restore, but yeah. Let's see, is he gonna damage me? Yeah, of course. So I know that the melee is gonna spawn over here to the north. I could pot up for the major, but not really gonna waste it. You do something like this if you want. The blood spell sucks, dude. If I can kill it with the blood spells, it would be fantastic. 91 is good enough. I'm gonna regen anyway. Now you have the major, and it's gonna spawn to the north. I'm probably gonna boost whenever I hit like 96 perhaps. Because I don't really want to waste the ranging potions and the brew, because I want to save one of each whenever I face Yad, because if I make a mistake or the healers are nasty, it's really nice to just have a backup plan. So I can drink whenever he dies, basically. This DPS really sucks balls. It's fucking bad. But anyway, it's doable. It's just 32 waves, some bullshit like that. Now we just wait for the bat to arrive, and at this stage I usually have one inventory space so I can remove the shield, because I don't need it. That's some bullshit. Thank you. And I think if you complete the entire fight cave with the slay task, it is going to give you like 37k experience. And I definitely notice a huge increase in DPS compared to when I did it the first time without Slayer Task. Even though my stats are lowered at this point. Currently going for 90 base. Doing Slayer most of the time right now. Then I'm going to move on to Hunter and Fire Making, get some easy ones. Herbal save for last. Prayer I used to pest control, and construction, yeah, well, plank make for con and magic experience. Goes hand in hand. $97, maybe I should pot up and wait a minute. You're going to be kinda accurate on Yad because you will be using Eagle Eye as well, or if you have Rigor, but if you have Rigor you probably have like 55 capes anyway. $96. I shouldn't have used a Prey Potion there, so I'm gonna wait with potting up actually. So I don't really want to waste anything. It only costs you time if you wish to do it like this, when you wait until you pot up. I still haven't used a full Prey Potion yet. I should have had 2 doses in this one, but yeah, well. I wish the color was a little bit more like orange and not so bright, because this is really annoying to look at. Whenever that plus sign becomes green, like right now, I can put up. And of course no auto retally. You could even do this if you like. Yeah, I should probably do a little bit of prayer flicking to speed this up. That sucks. Fucking free hit. Oh, don't stand immediately range, because they can hit pretty high. Oops. That wasn't a prayer flick. That's a big hit. When the ranger comes, I tend to actually equip my Vark plate skirt. Unless you can heal. But we will see if I need to do that or not. You can tell how often you get hit by the ranger if it's worth to equip it or not. Because it will increase your survivability. But you will lose accuracy, and that's maybe not so much worth. I'm actually gonna lower that. It would be so much easier if you had blowpipe. Hopefully you can two-shot it, or three-shot, and that's about it. And I don't really need to equip the kite shield. Because if you hover over the kite shield, it gives you -3 range accuracy, and that's quite nice to have versus the major and pretty much everything else. Oops, there's the bat. Fucking prayed range shit. And that's pretty much it. And then just I don't really need to boost yet, so I can drink prayer potion again. This is where it's nice to have less dehyde or anything that really gives you a nice prayer bonus, because you need to use magic prayer all the time. I'm really shit at the prefix today. That's having an off day. Let's try without the Verak skirt on the ranger and see what happens. As well as since I'm fighting a ranger as well, it's good practice to keep up your boosting on defense and ranged. Because if I do that, I probably don't need to wear the Verax. I just need to AFK for a second to watch the food I'm cooking in real life. No, it's fine. $98. Let's actually not boost yet. This isn't actually a safe spot because they will come around the corner. It's not really a lot of accuracy that you lose equipping the Runkite shield, but when it comes to the small ones, the bats, and the major, it's kinda useful because you don't really need a melee defense versus them. Let's drink one more and wait a minute or so until we boost. Even though we will soon have major and melee, we wouldn't really need to boost, but I'm gonna boost anyway because I do want to speed the fight caves up a little bit. You can see I have about 20 waves left and plenty of boosting. So that's fine. But if I would have only 2 doses left at this point, well, don't waste. That's nice. Get it quick. The major is most likely there, so I can remove magic prey and do this. At this point, the only thing I left is the major, so don't forget to pray magic and then move out. Otherwise, you're gonna get hit. Let's actually boost. The only reason why I have Explorer's Ring on is because it gives +1 prayer, and that's literally the best ring I have. Because most of the time I use Ring of Life, because, well, might save me if I would get unlucky, maybe DC, lag, or not really pay attention. The next wave is going to be... I can't remember if it's 2 rangers and 1 major, but whenever that happens, we need to equip the plate skirt and the kite shield to get some range defense. And if you wanted, when you're moving, you can just equip the Dark plate bar as well, and I'm probably gonna do that just to test it out to see how good defense it really is. It won't change your accuracy too much, but it's nice to just try it out. Yeah, I know where the ranger is. Maybe I can do it like this. Probably not. Oops. Just testing things out, and it's not really working. I thought I could be safe at the back and then just kill the major and then kill the ranger, but it didn't really work. So hopefully next wave I can kill the ranger fast, safe spot the melee, the small ones, and simply use blood blitz on them. So that's a tactic. So I need to equip my entire gear just to find the ranger, kill it, while protecting from magic. I'm gonna show you what that looks like. Just like that. You only want to kill that one. And you can see my DPS, the accuracy and everything is fine. Now I can just heal up in peace. And that's pretty much it. Don't even need a shield. And the next wave is going to be double ranger. So when I kill this major, that's a good hit. I'm just gonna use the full melee gear because it seems to give me really good defense. So that's probably something I would do if you're lacking supplies and you get hit often. I mean, obviously if you're better than this, better gear, like it doesn't really matter because you can use face tank and just kill it real easy, but if you get a double ranger, just bring melee setup, really good defense. You probably get around 300 defense or something like that. Next wave is quite nice, and it should spawn right there. Don't need to waste prey because the major is over there. But don't forget to turn prey on and then run out. And at this point, whenever you have the major and melee, you don't really need to wear any protective armor. You can just use your best accuracy at this point. To be fair, I wouldn't even need any of these, maybe just a trident for healing, otherwise I wouldn't even need a shield or anything, but I just bring it just because, why not? It makes you a bit more tanky when you kinda need it, because it's quite unnecessary and tedious if you get hit like half your health and you need to heal up or some bullshit like that. And here I anticipated that the melee is gonna spawn to the east because I didn't really see it when the wave started. So that means I can just use the major as a safe spot. And then I can safe spot the melee after that without using prayer. And when you are facing Jad, I wouldn't even bother using steel skin if you do not have augury rigor, I mean. Because defense to him it doesn't matter at that point. Because if you do not have rigor, you probably have lower stats and you don't really have the best defense anyway. And yeah, doesn't give a shit about your defense in that case, if you're using steel skin or not. Even if you're maxed and you have the best gear. The only gear I can think of is use this CR. Otherwise, it doesn't really matter. And here, at this point, I would just do this. Even though I failed. A little bit clumsy, but whatever. And I will most likely reboost whenever I get one major, one melee, one ranger. Because in that case, you might have a scenario where you need to run and you have the ranger on you as well as the major. So you might take a little bit of damage because you don't really want a melee on you, because that's gonna heal and deal damage. So that's when you want your defense and your range to be boosted to take less damage, as well as equipping gear if you need. Really missing the prefix. Let's see where they spawn. So we could kill this one and use that as a safe spot. And like I said, Bless They Hide, huge difference. If you have this gear set up, but if you have blowpipe and other stuff, who gives a shit? You don't need it. Almost wave 50. So that's that one. We could just do it like this. And of course the bat. Something that you can do in this situation is this, without making that mistake. You can do it like this. And then you move over there in position. And what you can actually do is from this spot, you kill the major, and then you are left with a melee. This one, Axel, is called. And then you simply just kill it without using prayer. It's really slow. But if you are using blowpipe, I do not think you can actually safe spot it like this, because the range is too long, I believe. Unless you change the attack style to like long range. So at this point I have 2 more waves before the ranger comes, so I'm actually gonna save the pot up, because I want fresh pot up whenever that comes. In that case, I'd rather have some slower waves and use a little bit more prayer. Because prayer pots, I have quite a few of them left. I've only used almost 4. That's good. Oh wow, I hit the 9. So I should have 2. Okay, I can drop the prayer. I should have 2 bats and 1 blob, whatever it's called. So next wave should be 2 of these. Then we start over again with the bullshit ranger. But I think you only have to do like 10 waves of bullshit. And at this point, whenever you kill that one, do not attack them too quickly, because if you're out of range, you're going to run forward, and that one is going to attack you when you're not praying. And that would be quite unnecessary. Because the thing is, if you would do that to speed run and you have rigor activated, you can just completely remove all of these items here. Perhaps save the trident or a staff or blood spells. And you change everything up. Even included a bruise, I believe. Maybe you say 1 brew, 1 restore, 1 rainy pot. And then you have pretty much all just prayer potions and 2 or 3 rainy potions or bastion potions, probably. Yeah, probably you would use bastion, like 2 of them, and the rest prayer potions. If you have like blowpipe or T-bow. That's I think what I did on my main when I did the tasks. Just prayer potions and maybe some blood barrage. So this is a bad situation. Or not really. It really sucks not one-shotting them. Wow. That was horrible. This is why you should pot up, but yeah, I'm gonna do that before the major dies. It really makes a huge difference. It's really nice to one-shot them. Right, so whenever that becomes green, I'm gonna pot up. So I believe it should be after I kill this one, it's only 10 waves left, or actually 9, I guess. We're gonna get a ranger, so equip your stuff. And I think he should spawn perfect. That is absolutely perfect. The quicker you get to him, the better. And that is also perfect. Major blocks the melee, so you don't have to deal with him until you kill the major. That is like the dream scenario. You handle the ranger instantly, and then you just chill. And before we get to Jad, we need to figure out where he's gonna spawn. That is very important. Just so we don't get surprised. Well, I don't really need to pray there. That sucks. 50 gear. Yep. Oops. Hopefully I can manage this without any issues. Yep. And then I simply do this. Then I wait like a few seconds. And I think that if you would like to get achievements for not getting hit by this one, or actually this one shouldn't heal, but if the melee hits you, it is going to, like if it stays in melee range, it's gonna heal something. So if you don't wanna get hit by this one and this one, I think you should start each wave with Ice Barrage on them. In that case, you could just do something like this. Not really sure where the ranger is. I think he's... Oh, that's good. This is the perfect scenario. Because I can just stand here and kill the major and then turn my prayer off. And you can really notice the speed in DPS whenever you have boost stats or not. And don't attack the bat until it is closer, otherwise you're gonna ruin the safe spot for this one. And I'm not sure if we can reach that one. We can try with rapid. Yeah, it's fine. Wow. That's some bullshit. I will pray against the ranger, because at this point you don't really want to take any damage from anything. And yeah, I had protect the medic on the whole time. Kind of useless. But mistakes happen. That's a nice 2-shot. That's good. I need to move back. So what I have left is one of the small ones with 1 bats, and then 2 bats, and then 2 small ones, and then I have double ranger, double melee, double major, and then I have Yad. And the strategy for Yad is to simply just attack the healers slowly. Try to have 1 or 2 of them attacking me at the same time with wearing the kite shield. Maybe equipping the skirt as well. And then just kill Yad because diamond balls, slay task, eagle eye. Don't move out too early. And now we can just stand here. I will most likely pot up soon. So that is the... I would like to pot up just before I get the double ranger, but not sure if that's optimal or not. Fuck that. Fuck that. Need to find a ranger, that's all that matters. And you could do some bullshit like this. If actually hit. Yeah, well. That's what happens sometimes. Wow. Online for 4 hours. I've never seen that message before. Instead, it should, instead of saying like, consider taking a break, it should say like, well, you're a legend. You've been playing for a while. Consider playing some more. For sure, dude. Spray magic when that one dies, and then just... Wow. You serious? Yeah, I should have potted up, but let's do it next wave. This is really bad. Yeah, I'm gonna pot up before the next wave because my stats are getting a little bit too low. Like, it's not really worth saving at this point. But before I do that, I need to use some blood spells. Yeah, my DPS is really bad. Wow, and then it hits me. Let's see if I can... don't really need to do that. So it's time to pot up. And at this point I have quite good range defense. That's the ranger, so I can do this. And then I can lure the major. It was quite far away, so it should be at the spot now. Alright, so now I had a double test kick. Well, these bullshit blobs. So that means that the next is double ranger. And before Jad, I also repot because you would like to have like fresh stats. The defense boosting isn't so much for Jad itself, it's for the healers, because you will most likely have them attacking you. And if they damage you a lot, then you need to focus on them as well, and you only really want to focus on Jad. So remember double ranger next wave. Then you do this. If you can, do this. And I failed. Can just do that. Completely fine. Yeah, I'm just gonna face tank it, whatever. If I fail the freeze, I don't care. We're gonna try get the heal. I just want 93 hit points to max it out. And that is pretty much it, because the next wave I shouldn't really take any damage. I think I can stand here. Yeah, I might think that the mage is gonna spawn to the southwest. And the melee one, I know one melee is gonna spawn to the east. But I'm not really sure because it's a little bit random, apart from the extra one. So we will see. So we will go to this location. Yep, that is perfect. Hopefully that's the major, and I can just do this. And the second melee should soon come, because it spawned that far. So we know that this is the regular melee, and that is the second one, like the different one. So that one spawned to the east, and that basically means that Jad is going to spawn to the east. So when we kill the major in the next wave, the last major, we want the last major to be the major that is the same spawn location as a Jad, and then we will be ready. So at this point, for Jad, I'm going to use Rune Kite Shield. It doesn't really give you any noticeable accuracy loss, and it's good when the healers attack you to have some more defense, like 45-ish. And we will have fresh repot before Jad comes. And when Jad comes, I'm probably going to zoom out a little bit and stand quite close to him. And don't panic when the healers come. Just focus on switching prayers and attack one at a time. And even if they would heal Jad to full health, it doesn't matter, dude. You see that one? That one spawned, if you look at the minimap, it spawned to the east inside here. Which I think is quite nice, because I think one healer is going to get stuck. So we will move into position before the orange one dies. And I will not gamble fire cape if I kill Jad. So I don't really give a shit about the pet anyway. So we will move into position and let's see. I'm gonna stand about here or something. I will probably move a little bit when he spawns, because I'm not exactly sure if he's like close to me right now or a little bit further away. But one more hit and then I repot. Equip your shield. Check the stats, you're fine. Switch the bolts up before this one dies. Activate Eagle Eye and then just watch his attack styles. That's ranged. That's magic. That's ranged. You can see I hit really high. That's magic. And then just attack that one. Focus on prayer. Switch to ranged. It doesn't matter that they are still healing him, because I did so much damage. It doesn't matter at all. Actually, I forgot about that one. Never mind. I would like to get a little bit of ranged between them. Maybe that is good enough. Then just get some prayer up. And now you can just focus on Jad and the prayer switching. Because I only have 2 attacking. And of course you could, if you want, you could. That didn't really work. Who gives a shit? And that's pretty much it. Yeah. That is pretty much it. Nice Slayer experience. I gained 36.8k Slayer experience. And you get 25k extra. That's really nice.